welcome back to Max Reaction. How are you doing today? Hopefully you've had a great day. If it hasn't, hopefully it gets better. But anyway, we're going to react to another video. This is Filipino soldiers should not be underestimated. This is the top 5 reasons why Filipino soldiers should not be underestimated. So we're going to check this out. We're going to react to it. We're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do this.
Good day, YouTube. Today we will talk about why Filipino soldiers should not be underestimated.
All right.
Filipinos are not new in battles and wars. I think the Philippines is one of the countries in Asia with so many documented battles and wars in history.
So much.
Since the first battle that took off in Mactan against the well-equipped Spaniards to this generation against insurgencies and terrorism, Filipinos are no ordinary warriors.
Not
so
at
here
all.
are the top 5 reasons why you should not underestimate Filipino soldiers. Number 5. Tested survivalists. Filipino soldiers can survive in any form of terrain conditions except for winter conditions because that...
I gotta correct him on the first reason, because they were already proven in winter conditions. Did they not fight? I mean, these recent videos that we've reacted to, did they not fight in cold in Korea? Why, hell yes, they fought in cold in Korea. So I can't agree. I can't agree to what he just said. He said any condition but cold. No, that's wrong. I apologize, but I don't apologize, because they can fight in cold. They're not even, Filipinos are not used to fighting cold, but when it comes down to it, whatever condition it's gonna be, guess what? They're gonna own it. They've already proven it. I mean, history, you can't rewrite history. History is what history is. Look back. Filipinos can fight in cold. Is it tough? Hell yes, it's tough. But they've done it. They've succeeded. So let's continue on.
That never happened in the Philippines. Even with inadequate supplies and equipment, they can manage to survive and stay in their position and finish the mission. If you talk to Filipino veterans, they like to share some of their stories in a jungle and how they managed to survive for many days hunting their enemies.
Impressive too. Impressive.
Number 4. Filipino soldiers know how to enjoy their profession. This is really something that makes Filipino soldiers unique. They are just happy soldiers. They know how to raise their morale.
That's
their
true.
Own way. Even they are away from their families, the brotherhood of these men in arms are really strong, and they are willing to sacrifice for them. That is the reason why Filipino soldiers have strong fighting spirit during battles, and they don't like to back down missions.
And I agree. I totally agree, because I've seen a video of the conflict, the war in Marawi, and these 3 soldiers, I think it was 3, they were in the middle, there was gunfire going all around, and they broke out into a baby shark dance. These guys have big balls. These guys have balls of steel. These guys, I mean, a lot of people might look at that and say, that's stupid. But I don't think it's stupid, and I'll tell you why. Sure, it's a war zone. They're doing a baby shark dance, but they're filming this. And this is the important part of this, in my opinion. They get through this, they stomped out the enemy, which they did. I mean, they liberated Marawi, and guess what? They can upload this video, and you know who's gonna see it? The enemy's gonna see it. The enemy, that didn't go to Marawi like an idiot and die. The enemy that's still out somewhere else. They're gonna see this video and see these military guys dancing in the middle of it, and it's like, yeah, you took out Marawi, we smoked you, and guess what? You didn't lower our morale. So I mean, it's gonna make these terrorists think, man, what do we gotta do, So the morale, yes, I agree. Filipino soldiers have great morale. They do.
Number 3. They hate oppressors. Most wars that happened in the Philippines were attributed from the abuses of the oppressors and invaders of the country. When the Americans introduced new helpful systems to help the country improve during the American rule, Filipino soldiers surrendered. Even the famous Filipino generals, Miguel Malvar and Simeon Ula, surrendered respectively, and that's because there was prosperity among their countrymen.
Right.
But if the Americans did the opposite at the time, Philippine-American War could have been prolonged and futile. Number 2, experience.
I think the oppression thing. Well, yeah, of course we hate it. Of course you hate it. That's just given, you know.
It's known that Filipino soldiers may lack sophisticated equipment and weapons, but they have experience. Experience that will make them nightmare to their enemies.
Oh my gosh,
When
yes.
international military exercises were held in the Philippines, such as the Balikatan, many of the foreign soldiers admired the Filipino combat and survival tactics. Not to
Absolutely.
mention the Filipino martial arts, etc. And that's because Filipino soldiers were battling different kinds of warfare and enemies in the past, like the elusive Abusiaf, the communists in the thick jungles of the Philippines, and then the urban warfare with the Mauti group. It provides the Filipino soldiers new knowledge and tactics in handling situations.
And he's spot on with that. He wasn't spot on with the weather, but if you add the weather and you add the circumstance, whether it be jungle or urban warfare or wherever it may be, they got this. Imagine what they got this. They're top of the line. Imagine what if they had the top of the line equipment to do it with. Would you say they're pretty unstoppable? I think I would. Would you? I mean, imagine. So I can't wait for the military of the Philippines to get to the top equipment. It's going to be scary for the enemy. Damn scary.
And number 1, bravery. General MacArthur once said, "Give me 10,000 Filipinos and I shall conquer the world."
I mean, come on. General MacArthur said this. Come on. Come on. It doesn't come from a bigger person, you know, of history. Give me 10,000. 10,000's not that many when you compare it to the world. Give me 10,000 Filipino soldiers, and I will conquer the world. You know? That's scary. That's scary for the enemy. If I were the enemy, I'd probably, I might pee my pants. Because he knows what he's talking about. He fought on the soil of the Filipinos and seeing it, and it amazed him. Really think about that statement. Really think about it. Let it soak in you. That's one hell of a statement.
Himself saw the bravery of the Filipinos during World War II and during the Korean War.
Right.
The most epic battle during the Korean War that made Filipino soldiers known for their bravery is the Battle of Yulgong.
Yes.
After their allies retreated in disarray, the Filipinos, numbering 900, found themselves surrounded on all sides by 40,000 enemy soldiers. Yet,
I've heard different numbers, 1,400, 900, 1,000, 700. I don't know the actual current number because there's so many floating around there. But when you compare it to all these soldiers on the other side, it's such a disadvantage. These Filipino guys, they were cold stoned. You know what I mean? Cold stone's not gonna move. It's not gonna break. It's not gonna break, and they're not breaking, and they didn't break. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
they stood their ground and repulsed wave after wave of enemy assaults, which continued well throughout the night. They never gave up their position, they never backed down, and at the end of the battle, 500 enemies killed and only 15 from the Filipino soldiers died. During the Marawi siege, Filipino soldiers are even wounded. They never wanted to leave behind their comrades in their position. It is one distinct trait of the Filipino soldiers that made the powerful countries to not underestimate them, and that is their bravery. This is Jay Gizmo, and thank you very much for watching.
So if this didn't inspire you, no matter where you're from, if you're Filipino, especially if you're Filipino, that should inspire you, that should just make you feel like Superman, shouldn't it? I mean, these are great dudes, and they do it for their country, like I've said many times, and they do it for their people, and you gotta admire that. I admire all the soldiers over there. I do. Like I said, if you've watched my reactions, you've watched my videos, My wife and I are planning to move there, and I want the best military there. Don't you? I do. So this was inspiring. And if you have anything else to add, he did top 5 reasons. Maybe there's more. Definitely, I started to say maybe there's more reasons, but that's wrong. There's definitely more reasons. So if you can think of any more reasons, comment down below and let us know, because we're going to read those comments. Anyway, that's all I got for now. If you have a recommendation of what I should be reacting to next, anything, comment down below and let me know. If you want, hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Max Reaction family. And I'll see you next time. Salamat po.